Welcome to the Orange Flag Podcast. We won! And by we mean Porsche Penkse Motorsport Car number 6. But it honestly feels like we won. I'm Nicole.
I'm Austin.
Yeah, we are in Austin, still like 5 minutes away from COTA, because we were here for Lone Star Le Mans, and obviously Car 6 won, yes. So that is insane. I will say I think I've been traumatized by bad things happening to Kevin this year too many times, because I'm pretty sure I said this is like Daytona a billion times, because I just wasn't, didn't trust the strategy. And then once there was that pending investigation that I guess they got a warning for, I'm like, it's the Nürburgring.
Yeah.
They're going to cross the line first and lose. Obviously none of that happened, but I was so stressed for I'd probably final hour of I was stressed, honestly, like as soon as Kevin got in the car. But I was stressed for the final hour of the race, like extremely stressed.
Yeah. We were in different seats throughout the race, because closer to when it was time for them to go to the podium, we crossed over to the other seats, and that portion when we were sitting there, my leg was just bouncing for the last 10 minutes because I was so stressed. So yeah, I think everyone around us just knew that we were very on edge.
Yeah, because we sat for almost the whole race right in front of the PPM pits, and we then, with 10 minutes to go, went over to the section right in front of the podium so we could take pictures and, see them cross the line and everything. That was awesome. Literally fell to my knees in the stands when Kevin crossed the line. Made a video of Kevin crossing the line and then fell to my knees in the stands because I was just in disbelief that it happened. Yeah.
Yeah, I fell back into my seat. So we were standing to get our videos, and then as soon as we hit stop, just collapsed back into my seat. We were cursing a ton. Sorry to the children in front of us.
There were I did apologize to their adults.
Yes.
There were very young children in front of us, and there was a lot of WTF going on. Yeah. And I did apologize to him, and he's like, no, I can tell your car won. And I'm like, yeah. We kind of know them. And he was like, well, that's cool. And then obviously watched the whole them getting out of the car, podium, and then ran over to the paddock.
Booked it.
To be there for when they eventually came back from media and everything. And first thing that happened when I get into, I had just got there, and Julian Andlauer and Matthew Jaminet come, just walking by, and I'm like, Jam, you have to run that back at Petit. I need back-to-back Car 6 wins because I can't make it to Indy, and I can't make it to Japan, so I need back-to-back Car 6 wins. And he was like, that's the plan. We're gonna do it.
I will say, the streak lives on. So my streak of PPM getting a podium to every race I've been to lives on. The double aspect of it ends, but I feel like the win, equalizes that. So boys, you got to keep the streak alive for Petit.
Yeah. COTA last year is the only race that I haven't seen them on the podium, so that was, and then, where's my picture? There it is. Podcast prop picture. Got a picture with Kevin holding the trophy, so that was awesome. not that anyone's shocked that I'm going to ramble about Kevin, but it's not drinking game because this whole episode's about Kevin, so I can say whatever I want about Kevin,
Exactly.
and it won't be drinking game. Kevin Estre is a freaking legend, not just because he's the best GT driver ever, not just because he's a WEC champion and thinks he's a Formula One champion, because he is genuinely the nicest professional racing driver I have ever met. What do you mean he let me hold the trophy and took a picture with me? Like, it's just amazing, and it makes me so glad to support him and to support the team.
Yeah.
And then in the video that he posted, or that, PPM posted, or he posted, someone posted it. The howdy killed me. I did not have Kevin saying howdy on my 2025 bingo card. However, that was awesome.
Mine was the face he made before he said howdy, because you could tell he's trying not to laugh. And that's what got me to laugh, was just the flat out face of like, I can't laugh right now. And then the second he said it, like laughing right afterwards. For me, obviously, I'm a Matt Campbell fan. So I went and found Matt afterwards, because like nobody was really going to find Matt. So finding Matt was really cool to get to celebrate with him, especially because this is his first overall WEC win. So it was really cool to be there for that.
And then if you follow us, me, etc. on any social media, you saw that I ended up in the PPM Garage for qualifying. Thank you, PPM. Thank you, admin, for that. Literally experience of a lifetime. Still don't know how I ended up there. It's just crazy. It was just an amazing experience. Got brought in, got shown kind of around. We went in the 5-car side, and then admin, she was like, wait, you're a Kevin fan. Why are we on this side? Brought me over to the 6-car side. Let me hold Kevin's helmet, which was really cool. That's obviously my new profile picture. And yeah, like, got to watch all of qualifying. If I get stressed out by watching Kevin's onboard, like on the little screen on my phone from the WEC app, I get really stressed out watching Kevin's onboard on a full-size TV from, standing behind Lawrence Vanthoor and Matt Campbell in the garage. I had to control my face because I knew where I was standing, right? So, I was next to Thomas Loudenbach. I was behind Lawrence Vanthoor. That's, the corner I was in. I knew I was going to end up on TV, or there was a very good chance I was going to end up on TV, or I was going to end up in photos. So I was like, I cannot be... Normally, if I watch Kevin's onboard, I'm very, facially expressive.
Can confirm.
I get very anxious because of his driving style. I love his driving style. I love how overly aggressive he is. I love how constantly on the limit he is. However, I got so stressed out, and I just had to keep a straight face, not react to anything. We could hear the commentary. I had to not react to the commentary. Everything that happened. One thing that I did react to was Dries Vanthoor at one point, kind of spun, went off, and came about, an inch from hitting the wall. I did lean forward and tell Lawrence that his brother is very lucky. Lawrence agreed. Yes, Dries was very lucky to not end up in the wall there.
Literally in the stands, everybody just went, oh.
WEC chat friends, I did ask Lawrence if he would join our chat. He said to, let him know over the off season, and yeah, he could join for a day or something. Don't give me quests to do because I'll figure out somehow to get them done.
You will.
Wasn't expecting that to be how I got that done, but yes. And then, not that anyone actually listens to this podcast for life advice, but I'm giving you life advice. Be bold, follow your heart, follow your dreams, be passionate. Like, speak your truth, and, don't be afraid to do crazy things, because maybe crazier things will happen to you, because that was this weekend for me.
Now we go to autograph sessions.
Which were crazy.
Which were insane. There were 2 of them. We went to PPM
For both.
both of them. I don't think anyone is surprised by that.
Well, it's because we had 2 different things to accomplish.
We had multiple quests to accomplish. First one I think is a very obvious one. The shirts.
Oh, yes, the shirts. Oh, fun side story about Kevin with the shirts.
Yes.
So, we see Kevin on Friday. And, just, hey, Kevin, hi.
Yeah, it was like just a hi.
Like, literally just a hi, getting selfies. Matt Campbell and Lauren Heinrich were with him, so I got a picture with Kevin and Lauren because they're like my 2 favorite drivers. But Kevin's immediate first question before anything was, where are the shirts? Well, Kevin, we didn't have them that day. We're sorry. But we did bring them to the autograph session.
Yes, we did.
We got them signed, which was fun. Yay, happy good luck shirts.
Yes.
But no, the autograph session was just, we had so much stuff because we had made them buttons.
Bracelets.
We had the Estorn Matt buttons for Matt, Kevin, and Larry. We had a whole bunch. You had a bunch of buttons. I had the Pink Pig buttons for Michael, Kevin, and Larry. We made bracelets.
Yes.
We just had a lot of stuff to give them.
I had a lot of stuff for the 5. So, my buttons were Dana, who couldn't make it this weekend, but was originally going to join us, made buttons for the 5 that were, Rexy themed, because Julian and Michael have both been in Rexy, so she, photoshopped all 3 of the guys into Rexy.
She actually just replaced Lauren Heinrich's head with Matthew Jaminay's head.
Yes.
Which confused Jam. He was very confused by that.
Jam was very confused.
He's like, I haven't driven Rexy, why am I here?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the joke.
That was the joke, Jam. But yes, they also had bracelets too, and then Jam specifically had a Jamba Juice button too.
Yes.
So.
Because we had so much, we forgot to do things, right? So
yes,
we had a lot of stuff to get signed, and we forgot some of that. So we both have PPM hats that are fully signed by all 8 drivers. I completely forgot to get Kevin to sign that hat. Because before the session started, they had a whole bunch of, previous hats just laid out on the table. And I was like, Kevin, get me one of your hats. There's not one on the table. And he's like, I don't know where mine are. I don't have any left. These are last year's hats. And I'm like, well, can I get one? Because obviously that's been my quest.
Yes.
Yes, I did, in fact, get my Estre hat. So, yeah, Kevin, again, legend for that, went back into the garage, found himself a hat, kept the tag on the top of it, and, was wearing that at the autograph session with the tag hanging off the top. But got this hat for me and gave it to me at the autograph session. Yeah. So that was awesome. So, yeah, I was, distracted about getting him to sign this hat.
Mine was, I only had to get my hat signed by 2 of them, which was Michael and Julian, because I got my hat signed at Sebring. So everyone else was there at Sebring. Guess who I proceeded to forget to sign my hat in the autograph line?
Yes.
Julian and Michael. So in the paddock, I had to find them again afterwards and be like, hey, You signed my hat.
Michael was very confused about signing.
Yes. So Michael signed my hat like right here sideways. And I had to like hold it like this for him, which, speaking of, for our shirts, Matt Campbell does still need assistance when signing
So
things.
does Lawrence Vanthoor. Me and Kevin both had to assist Lawrence in holding, like, we had to hold the shirt for Lawrence to sign. He needed that much assistance.
Yeah, and so for the hats for last year, I got them. So it was Larry, Michael, and then Matt. And then I had to go back and get the hat for Matt, because obviously I want Matt's hat and get it signed. And then I also did something really silly for the first autograph session. In line with our shirts, we make all the French guys baguettes. So I had a stuffed baguette that I got signed by all 3 French guys, which Jam was like very happy that the baguette was a thing. Julian was confused, but here for it. And like after both of them signed it and like actually did a really good job of signing it, like both turned to me and were like, look how good we did, basically. And then Kevin was just like surprised a stuffed baguette was a possible thing that could exist. But yeah, I had to go back in the line and get Kevin to sign the baguette because I forgot to get Kevin to sign the baguette.
We were too busy just like talking to Kevin. That's the problem with autograph session lines, is like when you know the person and you're not just like, oh, let me get one of your autograph cards, like you end up like having a conversation with them about stuff.
Oh, and then I actually had to go back.
You had to go back again
to Kevin, because my thing apparently is roasting Kevin. So if you don't remember Nürburgring, Kevin had the powder with like no scoop in it, and I roasted him for it. So we had like Gatorade powder, so we brought the scoop from the Gatorade powder to give to Kevin.
Extra context, we roasted Kevin. Kevin sent us a message telling us that the reason he was pouring the powder is because he didn't have a scoop. So we actually know that at least for that powder, Kevin doesn't have a scoop.
Yes.
So we thought giving Kevin a scoop would be good.
So I had to go back another time because I was like, oops, I forgot the scoop. And had to go back again and be like, Kevin, a scoop. And he was like, what is this for? And I was like, well, you seem to, forget a scoop a lot. And he was like, Nürburgring. I was like, yes.
I love that we have genuine inside jokes with Kevin Estre. Like, that is amazing to me. Like, that we have actual genuine inside jokes with him.
Yes.
And then there was autograph session day 2, which was
just one mission.
Yes.
I spent a couple of hours, like the weeks before the race, working on this, which was our PPM cowboy hat. And the mission was to get them all to wear the PPM cowboy hat, which if you've seen our Twitter or our Instagram, we were successful in doing. But we got a lot of stories, just weird reactions and responses.
My favorite one is that Kevin apparently has dirty hair.
Yes.
Sorry, Kevin, apparently you have dirty hair?
Yeah.
Matt said that. You were sitting right next to him. I assume you heard it.
So much so, like, Matt then took his hat, I'll demonstrate, put it on backwards, and then put the cowboy hat on. It's not going to work for me because I have a larger head.
I'm curious how tiny Matt Campbell's head is.
Well, okay.
Like, what is his head circumference that he was able to put the baseball cap on and then the cowboy hat and not have it look wrong?
Yeah, it looked like correct.
Yeah.
I think that's why his hat, at least for last year, is Velcro. Everyone else's seems to be the normal snapback.
Yeah, like jams that I have from IMSA is normal snapback
Yes.
too.
Speaking of tiny heads, Julian's first response when he put the cowboy hat on was, "My head's too small." And I was like, Julian, even it's too big for me. It's not just you, buddy, I swear. Jam was the first one in line because it was the 5, then the 6. So Jam was the first one at the 5 table to get the cowboy hat. And the 5 is on the back because it looked weird having both numbers on the front. So it just fit better on the back. So Jam's first response was to put it on backwards. So the 5 was
You're like, no, you need to wear. So I was taking the pictures, right? And I'm like, you need to wear it forward. The team logo's on the front. I won't get the 6 in it. But also, Jam's story, he was wearing a 6 hat all weekend because, I don't know, he only had his IMSA hat with him.
Which, that's what he said, but then when we saw them after the race, he had a 5 hat. So
he must have found it.
Yeah.
Like, he found it in his stash where Kevin found this. Like, yeah. My second favorite thing was Larry wanting to make sure the hat was clean.
Yes.
Like, apparently the 6 has some questions about hygiene. Like, hat hygiene is a big deal to car 6.
Yes.
Well, Larry, not a lot of people had worn the hat. It was just like your teammates over there, which he did pretend like he wasn't going to wear it. Like, he went to put it on and he was like,
no,
I can't wear that. And then he obviously did. But
yeah.
They were such great sports. But I will say, Michael Christensen is confused by us.
Yeah.
He has obviously never interacted with us because all of our interactions have come at IMSA races. I'd say, like, Kevin, Matt, and Jam know us the best.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like, that's very clear.
Yeah.
Larry and Julian picked up on the situation quickly.
Yes.
And well. And Michael just seems confused. Like, he had no idea what the situation with the hat was. He had no idea, like, when I gave him the button, he was just like, oh, this is cool. But, like, didn't realize that buttons were, like, a thing that we do.
When I gave Michael, like, the buttons, he was very confused. The bracelets, he was also very confused. I was just like...
So, like, this is a very IndyCar, NASCAR, F1 thing. Like, this doesn't happen really in sports cars. And I also feel like these boys don't think they have fans. Like, it really feels like they don't think they have fans. They don't think they're famous. They're, like, just shocked that people care.
Yes.
And then, I don't even know about this next thing. Like, Kevin, what possesses a 36-year-old guy to be so into manicures? Because, like, so at Daytona, Kevin commented on Morgan's nails. She had Vassar Sullivan nails, but, like, I even thought they looked like Grello nails. So I'm pretty sure Kevin thought they were Grello nails. Because they did look like Grello nails.
They did.
And then I got my nails done for this race and got, like, the car hood looking stripe. And Kevin commented on them. But then he also wanted to know why there wasn't a 6 anywhere on my nails.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kevin. I will do that for the next race. Like, I will get a 6 on my nails, since apparently you're upset that I didn't have a 6 on my nails. It's the white stripes. It's obviously your car. Like, it's not the black ones. Yeah. It's just a funny Kevin story.
Yeah, funny Kevin stories. There was also the Chili's gift card.
Oh, yeah, we gave him a Chili's gift card.
Yes, we went to Chili's twice this weekend. Once, like, when we first got in, and we went to Chili's, and, like, tweeted him that we were at Chili's. Which that, like, when he asked us about the shirts, he also was like, you guys went to Chili's.
Yes.
And we were like, yeah, we did. Here's a gift card to Chili's.
Yes, despite the fact that I, in fact, tagged him in the stuff about us being at Chili's, little bit of, like, a jump scare for Kevin to know where I had dinner last night.
Yes. And then we never got to actually talk to him about this one, but it was something we kind of joked about the entire weekend, because we've made the joke that, okay, I've made the joke that I am more of a Dylan Estre fan.
I'm more of a Kevin fan,
Yes.
so this is all your
It's
thing.
all my thing. And so Dylan was also racing this weekend. So keeping up with Dylan's results to be like, I can use these to roast Kevin because that's my thing, is roasting.
It all fell apart anyways because
all
Dylan didn't win and Kevin did.
Yes, but I will say they did get the same exact qualifying results, because Dylan got qualifying results for P4 and P3, and Kevin originally was P4, and then with the penalty got P3. So this weekend was the weekend of the Estre brothers just getting the same qualifying results. And then my last comment for the autograph session, circling back to Cowboy Hat. I will say, I'm not saying it was foreshadowing that they started that day wearing cowboy hats and then they ended the day wearing cowboy hats on the podium, but I'm not saying it's not foreshadowing.
Yes. And now I regret not getting them to say howdy, because I'm still not over Kevin saying howdy in that video. Good job being Texan, though, Kevin. We that live in Texas appreciate that. That was like the semi-structured portion of the episode. Now we're just going to tell stories,
Yes.
and they're going to be all over the place because we were, like, kind of just doing our own things.
Yes.
So, like, we each have individual stories of stuff that happened. One thing that we did do, not individually, was ended up on the grid walk.
Yes.
That was cool. So we just got to walk around, see all the cars, take pictures with 5 and the 6, which was cool. Just see everybody getting ready. Very exciting. And yeah, I mean, that was... I just feel like everything that could have possibly happened this weekend happened. And I've said at every race since Petite, like including Petite, this is the best race weekend ever. Nothing can possibly top this. Like, Daytona felt like the best race weekend ever. And then, like, Detroit felt like the best race weekend ever. And then, like, this just is beyond either of those, and I genuinely am unsure. Like, unless I'm going to get to drive the 6 at Petite, like, PPM, do you want to let me, like, sit in the car? Because that way I can keep one-upping myself. Like, if I get to sit in the car, that'll one-up it. The car actually looks super difficult to get into. Like,
yes.
Like, I've never, I guess, seen... because they kind of show them, like, doing driver changes, right?
Yeah.
But you're kind of looking over the top of the car. So, like, from standing behind the car and watching Kevin get in, there was a lot more, like, having to fold himself into the car than I realized. That was, so maybe I don't want to sit in the car. I might, like, kick something. And I don't want to break the car.
Yeah, don't want to do that.
Okay, but can, like, I hold the steering wheel?
Something.
I want something crazier than this, and I don't know what would be crazier than this. Hot laps would be cool.
Yeah.
Road Atlanta's a cool track, so, like, I'd love to get a hot lap. But yes, this is by far the best race weekend. I've been going to races since 2002. This is far and away on every level. Like, honestly, take the grid walk out of it, getting invited into the garage out of it. It's still the best race weekend experience that I've ever had. But then you put on top of that, like, getting to hold Kevin's winner's trophy, getting to go into the garage, getting to go out on the grid walk. Like, it's just insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like, I think for me, like, getting to be there for my favorite drivers, like, first overall WEC win, like, I feel like that is just hard to top. So, it's like, even just like those little aspects that like just can make an experience like so much better than other experiences.
And again, like, it's thank you to PPM for having an environment where the drivers, the team, everybody wants this stuff to happen, right? Like, not every team, I think, is like that. We're a tiny podcast that hasn't even been on a year. That
soon,
30 people a week listen to, and somehow Porsche Penkse Motorsport is aware of us. Like,
which is scary.
It's amazing that that's happened, right? Like, it's just amazing that they care about the fans enough to. It goes back to what Kevin said at Daytona. I listen to you because you talk about us, and I want to hear what you had to say.
Yeah.
Like, again, like no one comes to me for life advice, but here's some more. If you have something you're passionate about, talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to do a podcast because you're a huge fan of any driver, a driver that you think people haven't heard of, anything, like, talk about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's in the notes. So, like, Lauren Heinrich follows us on Twitter, like our podcast account. He was at the race.
Yes.
Like, that was actually really cool. But, like, he knows who we are because we talk about him a ton. We have drivers we like, we have teams we like, and we're just willing to say it. We're not a news podcast. No. We're not here for news. Now, we're sitting on some massive news.
Yes.
That we are not telling you guys.
No.
But it's massive.
Yeah.
Because we're not a news podcast. We're not trying to step on Marshall Pruitt and Graham Goodwin's toes. Like, we are here as a fan podcast, sharing the fan experience of going to races. And I think that's a lot of fun. And I think it's something that I wish more podcasts did. Like, I'm not saying give us competition, but like, I feel like there aren't a lot of podcasts where I would love to hear other people's experiences like ours.
Yeah.
Like, I had so much fun interviewing Emmy to get her experiences like this, like her version of what we do. And like, if you went to races this year and you want to come on and talk to us about your experience at races, Insta DMs are open, Twitter DMs are open.
Yes.
Tag us in something, hit us up, because we need off-season content, and obviously off-season's coming up pretty darn quick.
Yeah. We can only do so much with, like, silly season news.
Yeah.
So.
But, yeah, Lauren being there was funny, because like I said, pretty much, like, one of the first people we ran into was Nat Campbell, Kevin Estre, and Lauren Heinrich just walking together.
Yeah.
And Nat, I'm sorry once again. I like you. I obviously got a picture with you. It's just, Kevin is my favorite driver, and Lauren is my favorite up-and-coming Porsche driver, and I think the future of Porsche sports car racing. So, like, the opportunity for me to get a picture with Lauren and Kevin, like, I don't know, unless PPM's gonna sign Lauren, I don't know that that's something that, like, is gonna fall into my lap every day. Yes. So, like, I'm sorry I kicked you out of the picture, but those are my boys.
Yes, and I offered to take the photo for you, or else I obviously would have gotten a photo with Matt. I did afterwards.
Yeah.
For
I did
very
get
obvious
a picture
reasons.
with Matt, though. Like,
Yes.
Matt, I did not just ignore you. Also, as I've pointed out, Matt's the only one on all the shirts.
Yes.
Like, Matt is the hub of all the shirts. They're all kangaroo shirts.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, they're Matt shirts, basically.
Yes. Which I'm completely okay with.
I guess, going back to how it feels like maybe Julian Andlauer was a little confused by us. I was getting a picture with him because I have a selfie with him from Daytona, and he does have PPM gear on, but like he wasn't driving for PPM at Daytona.
He was just taking the opportunity. He like literally said, like, if I can wear it, I'm gonna wear it.
Right.
So
he was still very excited about being a PPM driver at that point. But I'm getting a picture with him, and Matthew Jaminet like runs up on us and makes a bunch of French noises at Julian, and I'm still not sure what he said.
I'm pretty sure it was in relation to Atlanta, because they both had just come from Atlanta.
It sounded like he was like talking crap on him messing the car up. Like, so did Julian, when he was testing at Atlanta, crash or something? Or like mess with the settings?
Or was it just like a bit like grilling Julian?
Right.
Like, that just was what it also kind of came across as too, at least to me.
Yeah.
Speaking of French noises and jam,
after
the race, when we were like waiting for the six to come back, Seb Bourdais, Jam, we're just standing outside of like the six garage just chatting in French, and all I'm gonna say is, boys, I might, according to Seb Bourdais, know the wrong French, but I could still basically understand everything you were saying, so like your conversations were not safe.
Yeah. It's just so much fun to be in the paddock and see stuff, like just see the conversations. Morgan, our friend that we're here with, is a huge Earl Bamber fan and was just like chatting with him for, it seemed like a half an hour, like just chilling there with him. Yes, we're talking about you.
She just appeared from around the corner.
But yes, she was just like hanging out with Earl, which was cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, do you want to talk off camera?
Yeah, I will. It was pure coincidence, actually, because I was standing there. Jam moved over to be beside me. Earl moved over to be beside Jam, and I was like, well, I'm not moving. That's not happening. He walked away to do media, but I was able, when he came back, I was able to stop him real quick and tell him he had an insane stint.
Which he did.
He did. It was amazing.
He was so happy.
He was so happy.
That.
And the caddy person with him, too, also got very happy and was like, wasn't it amazing? And I was like, yes, a fellow Earl fan. And then I got to tell him the hat was cool, because I do really want that Coda hat that he had. It was super nice.
Yeah.
But it was just so crazy that he was like right beside me for a while. And I was like, what do I do?
Just chilling.
Just chilling. It was just chilling. And then Ben Barnacote recognized me.
Yeah,
So I gave Ben Barnacote and Jack Hawksworth keychains at the autograph session on Saturday. Jack recognized me from Daytona, which was crazy work.
Really was.
Because I had gone to Detroit too, and I was like, that's the more recent one. Makes sense to be recognized from that one. And then Ben just got super excited by the keychain. I went back to him yesterday to get him to record a video for our friend Mark, who's in England and is from the local area as Ben. But then when we were all just standing in the paddock after the race, Ben walked by to leave and saw me and was like, see you later. And I was like, oh, okay. He knows who I am.
Yes, 3/4 Chaos got incredibly perceived
Yes.
this weekend, like, scarily so. Any of my friends that I, like, talked to before the race, I was convinced, and, like, maybe delusionally convinced, but convinced that Kevin did not, in fact, know who I was.
You even were telling me, like, I don't think Kevin knows who I
Right,
am.
like,
and
I
I
don't
was
think
like,
I don't think Kevin's gonna know me. I think it's just multiple people this weekend to be like, you are the Kevin Estre fan. Like, of course Kevin knows you. I'm not like, have you guys seen the Grello fans? Like, I am not the... Kevin has a picture on his Instagram of a guy with his signature on his neck tattooed. Like, I may have Daniel Ricciardo's handwriting, wherever, if I can get it on the screen, on my arm. But, like, I don't have Kevin's autograph tattooed on me. Like, that person is way more the Kevin Estre fan than me. Kevin's cool and everything, but, like, I don't think I am the standard of Kevin Estre fans in the universe. I don't know, maybe I am? But kind of off what Morgan said, this is a story I forgot from the garage. I like when team members are fans of the team. Like, and it's clear that they're enthusiastic about the team. This is something I've always liked about our friend Josh from Ganassi. He's their content guy. Like, he's very enthusiastic, you can tell, like, from his tweets and stuff about the team. He is a fan. Same thing with Hannah, the Andretti admin. Like, she is passionate about the team. The Porsche admin, like, it's very clear she's passionate about the team. So, like, I love to see that. And it sounded like the Joda admin, Morgan, gave Beaver Nuggets to the Joda admin, and it sounded like he was very excited about that because they had been, tweeting about Buc-ee's all weekend.
lots of Buc-ee's calls.
So we went to Buc-ee's and got Beaver Nuggets for Joda.
Yes.
I think she said that, like, Earl and Jensen made, like, comments about Beaver Nuggets,
Yes.
I think. And I guess while we're on the topic of Earl, since I need some way to bring up the Tandy poster,
Yes.
I got the Tandy poster signed by everybody.
Except Tandy.
Well, no, I mean,
And-
not everybody.
Yes,
but everybody,
everyone there.
everyone that I needed to get at this race. So, Earl, Fred, Richard Leitz,
Larry.
and Larry. I got them. Earl, I was like, well, you can sign on both cars, or you can just sign, like, in between the two cars. He signed on both cars. I told Larry the same thing. He kind of signed down by the 7. Fred Makovici and Richard Leitz signed just right on their car. So I need to figure out where I'm going to get Tandy to sign this. And then I need to find Nico Hulkenberg at Formula One. And then I'm off to Europe to attempt to find Patrick Pilet. So that's going to be fun next year.
Unless
or the year after.
Patrick, you want to do Daytona.
Yes. Unless you'd like to do Daytona.
It's
or
an
like,
option.
also, like, maybe just random entry. I have an idea for who can replace Alessio and Rexy.
Hey!
Ayo, listen to me. Is there any reason for you to put Patrick Pilet in that car? No. Please do it for me. Porsche, please put Patrick Pilet in Rexy for Petit so I can get him to sign the Tandy poster.
How did we not think of that?
I don't know. Yes. I guess then on... This is just silly. And I fear that we know too many people at PPM that somebody's going to give us these people's names.
I mean, you can if you want to. I'm still going to call them by these nicknames.
There was a guy that looked a lot like 1997 Mika Hakkinen. He, like, straight up looked like Mika Hakkinen from the 90s.
Yes.
And then there was another guy that looked like if Alessandro Gueretti got a haircut
And grew up a little bit.
and was, like, 5 years older.
Yeah.
So we were calling them 1997 Mika Hakkinen and not Alessandro Gueretti. I don't know who they are or what they do, but they exist, and they were our like favorite crew members that we don't know what they do.
Yes, and we saw 1997 Mika Hakkinen so much.
So much. We saw not Gueretti a lot too, though.
Yes, but I saw like 1997 Mika Hakkinen like on the grid walk.
Yeah.
Like I felt like
not Gueretti asked about me in the garage.
Not Gueretti also came up and talked to me about my
Yeah.
hat, the cowboy hat. Like came out of the garage and started like walking towards us,
Yeah.
just to make a comment about the hat. So
yes.
And then we kind of separated for like a little bit.
Yeah.
Because there's other drivers that we also kind of like that we were just kind of trying to find.
Yeah.
And I have some Aston drivers that I like, specifically like Heart of Racing Aston guys. So I kind of stayed outside of Aston for a bit to try to get them and just struck up conversation with like their crew and ended up learning about their lubrication, which is very fitting for our podcast. And then the crew members I were talking to were specifically like from the UK. And so they just wanted to complain about the weather and how hot it was, because it was like the first day, I think. So it was like the hottest day that we were there, and all they wanted to do was complain about the weather, and then we got just into conversations about weather in general.
Lauren blamed me for the weather too.
Yes.
Lauren, I live here. I did not bring the weather. You brought the weather because you live in Europe and you obviously came here. So you're the one that brought the weather.
Yeah. It's definitely you, Lauren. We have been making jokes about the tire rack.
Oh yes, the tire hammocks.
Yes.
So PPM had the tire holders out in front of their garage, and or I guess behind their garage, in the paddock. And theirs have little hammocks, but like most of the other teams don't. So I messaged our friend that works with the tires on the IMSA side, and I was like, have you ever used this as a hammock? And he was like, no, I can't say I have, but like, I thought they looked like great hammocks.
Yeah.
Like, if I was working the 24 hours of Le Mans, the 24 hours of Daytona, I would totally take a nap on the tire hammocks.
Yes. So he said like that wasn't like something he had tried. And so one day I'm just like walking down, I think it was Saturday, walking down like the paddock, and I look into like the 27 garage, which is the Heart of Racing, like GT car. And I see their tire racks, which are the only ones I saw that were like PPMs that also had the hammock in them. And there's just a crew member just laying down in the tire rack. So then I'm like walking and I just back up and like I pull up my phone to take a photo. And the rest of the crew of like Heart of Racing, who I had been chatting to like the day before, were there and were all just like looking at me like, what are you doing? And I was like, don't worry about it. And so I proceeded to send the photo to you.
Yes. And then I proceeded to send the photo to our friend from IMSA.
Yes. To prove that you can, in fact, lay in the tire rack.
Can we try the tire hammocks out at Petite? That would also be cool if we can't sit in the car or hold the steering wheel. Can we try out the tire hammocks?
Yeah. Also, Heart of Racing is hardcore Team Coke, because every time I walked past, that was like all they were drinking.
Yeah.
So your Team Sprite versus Team Coke update for this race is Heart of Racing is big Team Coke fans. Tom Gamble, when I went to get my photo with him, besides the PPM guys, was probably like the nicest guy who just like wanted to strike up conversation the entire time. So that was cool. And then another funny thing, during qualifying, the like timing tower made a mistake during GT. You can look at my Twitter because I posted a
I
photo
didn't
of
know
this.
this happened or see that it happened because I was in the garage for GT qualifying as well. So, like, I didn't know this had happened until you were talking about it afterwards.
Yes. So they made a mistake when updating the timing tower and for GT and put, instead of the 27, the 007. And so I tweeted it. I was like, Heart of Racing, did we accidentally enter the Valkyrie into the wrong class? And they responded, we're like, oops. My hypothesis was like Tom Gamble, who does both cars. He does the GT car for IMSA. He didn't qualify the 007, so I was like, he feels left out, and he just wanted to take the 007 for a spin in GT in his other class. But it was just like funny that like that was the mix of the timing tower, because I just like quickly glanced and I was like, did I see that correctly? And then I looked again and I was like, no, that definitely says 007.
Yeah. It's very clear in your picture that it did. And then Joda's garage and little hut were like right by PPM's garage and little hut. And I'm saying little hut as if they weren't massive tents.
They were giant tents.
I was calling them huts though, so that's what stuck. And we must have seen Alex Lynn 200 times this weekend.
Yes.
Like, that man is constantly walking around. And I was like, it's obviously because we were standing in front of his little hut. But, like, no, we were down by the quesadilla truck, and Alex Lynn is walking by. We're, like, way up by Aston Martin, and Alex Lynn is walking by.
Gridwalk. Alex
Lynn is walking by. Like, he was after the race.
Alex Lynn.
Like, he was just everywhere. Yeah, it was cool.
Yes. Another thing about Joda, so a thing I was just like joking about throughout the weekend was the team's snacks.
Yes,
I've done this at like other races too that I've gone to, where I've like seen like their snack setups for like different teams, and I'll take photos of them to like send in our group chats to be like, this is everyone's team's snacks. So I do snack watch. And so a crew member for Joda came out with like a handful, like this big probably, of popsicles.
Ice pops, if you're not from wherever you're from.
Florida?
Not like popsicles with a stick.
No,
It's like the ice pops, the ones that you push up through the plastic.
The ones that like were your childhood.
Yes.
Is the best way to describe them. But it was like a handful this big, and I was like, popsicles. And so he walked away, and then I don't know if he heard us or something, like talking about the popsicles, because he then like comes back towards like their, I guess we're gonna call it hut.
Yes.
The
hut.
And like instead of going into the hut, goes like to us and just hands us the popsicles and was like, just take them all.
Yeah. I mean, there were 4 left, and there were 3 of us, so it's not like we got 1,000 pops. But no, that was great because it was 1 billion degrees out.
Yes.
And
that's why I was
we
like,
are big fans of ice pops.
That's why I was like, popsicles in the beginning. So like when they gave us popsicles, like it was great.
Yes.
Thank you, Joda. Highly appreciate the free popsicles.
Oh yeah, PPM, you could give us snacks at Petite.
Yes.
We would appreciate snacks. We do snack watch.
Yes.
Yeah, snacks.
Yes.
Also, PPM seems to be really into sparkling water. I'm really into sparkling water, so like if you'd like to toss a case of sparkling water my way at Petite, that'd be awesome too.
Yes. And then another just like Joda moment that we caught was after the like end of the race, they're getting ready to like leave, and Seven and Earl jump onto the back of the golf cart, which, context, this golf cart is one of the ones that has seats like in the back facing
it's like a massive like 9-person golf cart or something.
The seats were open. Seb and Earl could have sat in the seats, but they decided to stand on the back of the golf cart and like hold the top
and jump
on the golf cart. And then as it was driving away, when it like started moving, they were like, oh,
and they kept jumping.
Yeah.
No, it was hilarious. I swear, all WEC drivers are just like 17-year-old boys, but they're in these like, 30 and 40-year-old men's bodies. They all have the like humor and the thought processes of teenagers or like college kids. Maybe I'll give them college kids. Maybe they're all like 21, but it's awesome. People we didn't expect to see at this race, Jimmy Johnson and Dario Franchitti, like, okay, cool. Like, 0% expected to see them there. Saw both of them. I had never met Jimmy Johnson before, so that was really awesome. Literally said, I have another picture for my goat collection.
Yes.
And he bust out laughing.
Oh yeah, he was so happy because we were like, oh my god. Like, we were freaking out because both of us have never met Jimmy. Like, I went to Charlotte and I couldn't get to Jimmy because it was like he was doing like stuff for the 500 and Charlotte, so like finding him was impossible that weekend. So it was cool to finally meet Jimmy. Morgan was like, is he with Toyota? Because he was like wearing his team.
Yeah, it's like a
shirt,
Motor Club shirt,
which is a Toyota team, and I was like, no. He was like here with like
Joda. So it looked. They both went into the Joda tent, but like Dario had a Cadillac hat on, but he took it off for the picture, and I'm like, I'm not sure if that's because he was just like here with Jimmy.
Yeah,
like. Was he just here with Jimmy and like had a Cadillac hat left over from the CGR days, so he threw it on, but because his like job is still CGR, he couldn't have the Cadillac hat on? Like, it was interesting.
Yes.
I've never had a driver be like, hold on, I need to hide something about what I'm wearing. That was funny, though.
Yes.
And then we did get 5 interviews before qualifying. I was just kind of... Well, actually, I was down by Toyota trying to meet Kamui Kobayashi, and I just saw Dries Vanthoor walking through the paddock, and I was like, I'm going to go interview Dries and find out when the podcast is coming back, because I actually want to know that.
Yes.
And he was like, we're going to go on a walk. So me and Dries just walked up and down the paddock. We walked down to the media center, turned around, and then walked back all the way to the BMW hut. So that was really cool. Also saw Malthe Jakobsen, Phil Hanson, Jules Gounon, who made me walk down an alley with him for my interview. Like, that was interesting. And then I did get to interview Kevin again.
Shocker.
So that was fun. Well, it's Kevin.
I'm just saying, you interviewing Kevin.
Okay, but it was a better interview than the one at Daytona, which is what I prefaced it with. I was like,
that was like our first.
It was our first ever interview. So yeah, that was good. Kevin, love your optimism. I think I need to like get some of that optimism because I asked him, you'll hear it in the interview, but like I asked him about Hyperpole and he was like, well, I'm optimistic, so I'm gonna say yes. So like that's his mindset. And like I started the episode with, my mindset was, I get that they've been leading this race like the whole time he's been in the car, but something's going to happen and they're not going to win. So like I think don't disappoint Larry for like health and wellness and fitness.
Yes.
Maybe I just need to be more like Kevin with, optimism. I am here at COTA with Dries Vanthoor, fellow podcaster, obviously. How was your session today? How are you liking the track, the heat, everything?
It's hot. It's very hot. So I think, unfortunately it's going to be the same for everyone, but it's very hot in the car. Also, everything is really overheating and the tires are getting very hot. But yeah, unfortunately we didn't really have a smooth session, or something broke on our car, and we had to, unfortunately sit out the whole of the session. But we managed to get the last 20 minutes in and do some laps. So now we're going to be a bit on the back foot, but I think we will be fine for FP2.
Awesome. And When are you and Lawrence going to start podcasting again, man?
Yeah, good question. I mean, there's always Lawrence who had to do all the editing and who had to do all the editing, make sure all the work was done, and I was just always joining in and talking. So I understand this point that he didn't really want to do all the editing anymore. We don't really find anyone that wants to do our editing.
I know somebody who wants to edit for you.
Oh, really? Yeah, I would love. I mean, that would be nice if we could get in contact and if he could do. Then, we still have some episodes that we need to actually upload. But we first of all wants to make a big episode where, why it's been so long, and that's actually the main reason why it's been so long. So we need actually to make some work on it.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you so much.
Yep. Here at COTA with Phil Hanson, Le Mans 24 Hours overall winner. How has the track been?
Yeah, I mean, I actually quite enjoy this track, weirdly. When I first raced here in LMP2, I didn't, and for some reason it really grew on me last year. I think what helps is also being in Austin. It's quite a cool location to have a race. So it's actually weirdly one of my highlights. And I say weirdly because I think most drivers you speak to won't actually agree that they like the track. I mean, it's hot, incredibly hot. And that always adds like a thermal deck effect, so it makes the racing quite interesting. It brings tyre strategy into the picture. So from all those aspects, I find it quite exciting.
Yeah, and you're obviously loving the new team, I'd say, right?
Yeah, loving the new team, loving the new car. It's been a hell of a year so far. We've just got to keep that momentum going for the rest of the year and try and get some results. Obviously, Brazil was hard, and we expect this weekend to be hard, definitely Fuji. But yeah, maybe we can do something here in Bahrain. Hopefully.
You looked pretty fast in first practice. I mean, I
think the first practice was a little bit misleading with the red flags. I think some cars may not have got a run together and stuff. And all maybe you're already seeing is that one lap pace. I think at least after FP1, which is only a small snapshot of everyone's performance, it looks like Caddy is the one to be at the moment.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
See if we can get
Thank
it.
you so much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
I am here at COTA with Jules Gounon. How are you liking the track so far?
Very nice. My first time for me here. So this morning I did my first. Can come with me. I did my first few laps. It was a hectic session this morning with a lot of red flags, and to be honest, I really like the first part of the track. It's very flowy. It's amazing, and I'm looking forward for FP2 for some more driving.
How's the heat treating you?
Yeah, like you, I think we are sweating. It's really hot, really humid. I didn't expect that humid. I thought it was a dry hot, but yeah, we'll see on Sunday. Looks like it's cooling off, so
yeah,
we'll see.
Thank you. Good luck this weekend.
It's Malthe Jakobsen here, driver of Team Peugeot Total Energies Car 94. And this is my first time visiting Texas and Austin. And today I got to turn my first laps around this amazing track here at COTA.
How did you like it? I know there's a lot of mixed opinions on this track. Did you find it fun to drive, difficult? How was the heat?
It's a lot of fun, and obviously now you mentioned yourself the heat, and that's definitely going to be one of the most challenging figures during this race on Sunday. But yeah, the track is really, really nice. It has a lot of nice and high speed, fluent, flow kind of corners, and this is definitely something that I like. So it was a good first session, and now we try to focus on the second one.
It looks like you guys are gonna have some genuine pace this weekend. Is that how you're feeling with the car?
Yes, definitely. Obviously, Brazil was a positive weekend for us, moving forward from Le Mans, and we've been working very hard, even though it's been summer holiday as well, to keep on improving and getting better for this event. So that's definitely the target, to keep fighting at the front.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Here with Kevin Estre at COTA. How was first practice? How's the heat? How's the track? I know the heat hurt the car last year. Is it better this year?
Was chaotic, a lot of red flags, not easy to do some laps behind each other, and very hot. Seems okay on the long run, but very slow on the one lap pace. So we'll see how FP2 is going to be. We'll try to do some setup changes and hopefully for the better.
Do you think you can be into Hyperpole tomorrow?
I think we can be. I'm quite an optimistic person, but I think it's going to be very difficult.
All right, thank you. Yeah. But obviously Aries wasn't here this week because we did this at the race, and it's also 8 a.m. and
Yes.
on a Monday, and Aries has work to be doing, but he'll be back next week. I'm sure we will probably have remembered more stories
Probably.
by next week, but Aries will be back. Don't
Yes.
worry. But thanks for listening. You can find us on Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram at Orange Flag Pod. On Twitter, Nicole is at Nicole on Racing, Austin is at Hendrik Claren, and Aries is at Aries_Alpenglow.
Stay orange.